In this video, we will add media such as audio and video to our file. Just one thing to know that when it comes to audio, MP3 is the best format to use, but for the video it varies depending if you will export it to a PDF or EPUB or a Flash kind of document. In that case, if you're using it for PDF, you're okay to use MOV, AVI, and MPEG. But if it's a Flash-based format, you need to convert it to a FLV file, which is Flash. Now we will set up the audio and video pages. So let's just scroll all the way to the bottom here, and we will create a layout for this. I'm going to use a variety of different objects here. So first thing, let me go navigate to my assets or images. I did rename it. If I didn't tell you, this is where it is. And see what kind of objects or icons I can use. All right, that microphone, I'm going to pull that out here and place it. Now this is pretty big image. So I'm just going to move this and I'm going to hold Command Option Shift or Control Option Shift and minimize this. I want to make sure it fits half the page because it's going to be audio on this side and then video on this one. So I'm just going to try to minimize this a little bit more. This might be too small, but let's just go with this and see. You can always play with the options later. Yeah, a little bit bigger. This is about 264 by 264. Now, just to be a little bit more fancy schmancy, why not? I'm going to draw a simple shape. Kind of goes over like this. And you see, holding my Shift key, by the way, when I would use the straight lines. I hope this is close enough. If not, I can move it later. Okay, close enough, right? I think I'm a little bit too low here, so I'm just going to bring that up and end with the same microphone. Okay, and then I'm going to give it a thicker stroke and maybe change the color of the stroke. See if I have any reds I can use, or if necessary, you can find additional color you would like to use with this. Let me go into the color palette, maybe pull some orange shade, a brighter all orange. I'm going to add it to my swatches so I have it. And maybe a little bit thicker there, just to be a little different. Now, if it's doing like a weird stuff here, it means probably it's pulling from object styles. That's right. It does that sometimes. So I'm just clicking on none. I don't know why it disappears every time I do this. It's so annoying. So let's do this again. Okay, so we're going to put, thank God it remembers the color. A few points. And then I'm going to, you can do Command Place, or Command D actually, or File Place. I'll do Command D or Control D. And I'm going to go to my images. Actually, yeah, image is good. And I think I'm going to use this image 6 to put in here. If it does something like this, I would like the image to fit within. I will double click on the image and expand it out. And don't worry about it like it's right now not showing what you want. You can always, when it fits the space, you can always drag it out. Double click, and you can use the arrow keys on your keyboard or just move it with your hand. Make sure everything fits in all the corners. Okay, so here we have our first layout, and I'm going to save. I'll do just Command S, this document, and let us go ahead and set up. It's just nice to set it up first. Set up for the video. You know, I could have done this before I brought the video in. That's okay. Let's bring a video icon. We already used one for previous assignment. Let me go back in here. Somewhere here, I had it. That's my instructions. Long thing. There they are. And I'm going to go into, I think, objects is one is this video one. And again, if it's too big, now it also sticks out too much. I'm just going to pull this closer to it. And then I'm going to hold the corner, do Command Option Shift, make it smaller. Oh, that's fine. We can, now I'm going to pull it more closer too. You can play with the options here, make it fit good. And I'm going to reuse the shape, the one we drew. So I'm going to do Command See, or you can just do Option and drag it out. And I'm going to rotate it. We are not going to reuse this image. Oh, I did it upside down. No, I don't want you to be upside down. Thank you very much. Okay, just double click. Before I do that, let me go ahead and double click within the image and delete it. So we don't have it. And now I'm going to rotate it. That orange sure is dark. And I'm holding my Shift key. That's where I'm going to place the movie. So I'm going to expand it out more. I'm not going to place the movie inside, directly inside this. And you notice because we copied it, it kind of is behind. And I want it to be in front. So what I'm going to do is do right click, go into Arrange, and bring to front. So that way it's all the way to the front. You don't have to worry about that covering up. And maybe it's something different. We can add little lines or dots. Or just make it a little different. And now I'm going to, so I'm going to bring now we're going to work with the media file. So go ahead and save this. This is our layout. First thing we can do, now I'm going to keep this icon. Really weird things happen when you export it to a PDF with the sound. So I'm going to keep this one as is. So I'm not going to touch it, okay? But I'm going to bring my audio file in. Again, you can do Command D or File Place, or just drag it in from your folder, which I'm going to do. I'm going back into my media assets, and we have the Forever Believe MP3. And I'm just going to put it on the clipboard, like so. Okay, and now move it here, somewhere here. The size, if you want to modify the size, you can. Notice if I do that, it will not modify the inside, so I do have to do right click on here. And then do fitting with content proportionally. Next, we're going to go into our media, and you can play it. Okay, plays good. Now, I do not want it to play on page load. I do want it to stop on page turn, and you can go ahead and loop it. A poster, we do have a standard poster, so you can use that, or choose an image. I have that play BTN, let's go BTN button, under icons, so you can go ahead and choose that. And now notice if it's not fitting correctly, and sometimes it won't. It's just imperfect sometimes. I'm going to do it again, right click, fitting with content proportionally. If it doesn't do it right, I don't want to worry too much about it. You can double click inside it and try to make it fit. Or again, go back and do just a standard one. It's just wonky sometimes, I've noticed that. And let's save this. That was easy, right? And now we're going to bring a video file. Wrong key. And we're going to bring the MP4. And I'm going to again don't put it inside here, because it will just, that's what I want it to go. So I'm just going to put it on the side, on the clipboard. So you notice the size of this is pretty big. So I want to make it fit. I'm holding my Command Option Shift. I'm make it a little smaller. Oh, that's okay. I don't know what happened. Why this image became. All right, we're just gonna make it smaller. Okay, and then fit it proportionally. So I undid it, and I cannot see the edges. Don't worry about it not being perfect right now. I'm gonna bring that in here, and we will adjust everything. Beauty of working with this stuff, right? I'm going to do right click, fitting content proportionally. Now it is kind of small. I'm fitting that in. If you notice, this just kind of sticks out too much. Not sure why it does that. So I want it to. I think I will make it a little bit more going this way, and then let's try this again. Fit content for. Oh, that's fine. I clicked too fast. Fit content proportionally, and then we can do fit frame proportionally. So whichever works better. So just check it. Now we're not going to use this image as a poster anyway. I just want to make it even. Cool. Now let's go to media. You can play it. Let's do video. It's a very quick one. Very low res I made, very quick video. So I do not want it to play on page load. Poster, we will choose an image. And if you go back into the media, go back into assets, media, you should have a movie underscore play poster PNG. Because you do want to make sure it is kind of shows you can click on it, otherwise people will not know, they think it's an image. Then controller is what options do you want to give people? Okay, you can have caption, you can have all kinds of things. I usually do skin over all, that means it gives you all the options. And that's it. How do you know it works? So we're going to export it out into PDF. Let's go export. And go ahead and, we did it before, so if you haven't, it should be PDF interactive. We leave everything as default right now. Do export. Do this okay. Now, sometimes you get a message, I did this a few times, that some options will not work. So let me go to this page and let me see if I can activate the sound. It works good. Now, if you get a message, it usually comes out right here where I'm showing. Some options won't work, click OK. Then you have to close the document and open it again. You see what I mean? Kind of, this is kind of wonky. It's kind of small. Now I can even press on it. Don't worry about it. That's all I want you to do right now. When we discuss PDF, we go in more detail. And then video.
Let's do video.
Okay, cool.
Let's do video.
Now, if your poster, if I go back and your poster, notice is not fitting all the way, guess what? It's a time where I double click and I make my poster fit. It's not as proportionate, but that's okay. So I'm going to resave that and re-export it. I'm just going to replace it. So now this is your completed tutorial, your completed pages. You can close, you can go through them and play and check everything and make sure things work. And you will notice that slideshow, like I told you before, it won't work in the PDF. That's the reason why. And the same thing for animation. But everything else should work. So we'll export the files at different format as well.